Hey, we're now live. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Tenzin, one third of the SOS podcast here today. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, I thought I was gonna have to start spitting some bullshit,
What's up?
but
What's up, everybody?
hey, man. So yeah, I was just doing my intros. I thought I was gonna
Yeah,
have to start spitballing, but shit, you came right on time.
that's what we do. That's what we do. What's up, SOS?
You
Welcome to
dig?
another beautiful, beautiful Wednesday night.
Wednesday.
What's up? What's up?
Well, actually it's the 10th. But anyway, I'll change that. Diez Wednesday. How do you spell Diez?
I think it's Diez.
Whoopsie
Uh,
daisy.
but nah, man. What's up in the world? Um,
I
here.
don't know. I'm wondering about I didn't get a chance to look into it at work, but I heard about Netflix about to buy Warner Brothers, but then Paramount made like a counter offer or something, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like,
Well, yeah. Was it Netflix? Been I mean, Paramount been trying to get Warner Brothers, but what was it? I guess Warner Brothers was like not trying to honor it or whatever. And
right.
then Netflix came in with a lower offer, so they was like, "Oh, bet we'll just do that." And but word on the street is though that was it apparently Paramount is trying to go for, I guess, like Warner Brothers has like two different like halves to it or whatever.
Hmm.
And I guess they like just did it. I was watching this chick's TikTok the other day trying to explain it. I guess they like just made a distinction. So there's like the streaming and the movies and stuff like that, but then there's like their TV and network stuff or whatever. So what is looking like is I guess what Netflix bought is like the movies and streaming stuff, but
Hmm.
like the actual like TV channels and network stuff, it's not a part of that merger. And so
Okay.
her theory was that like low key, because the channels and stuff that they own is like HBO and CNN, and
Right.
well, because how Warner Brothers have bought up TLC and all that. So
Right.
yeah, they got TLC and CNN and all this other stuff. So like her theory was that like and this kind of it's kind of out there, but like low key she was like, oh, what if that it was on purpose that like they purposely left out the TV channel stuff with Netflix so that Paramount can still buy it, because I think the guy who runs Paramount is like a big Trump guy. And
Hmm.
if his bid for that half of the company goes through relatively soon, then that would mean literally right before the midterms, this Trump, like Paramount, this Trump guy and everything. And Paramount also is control, like they handed over CBS News to what's that crazy chick, Barry Weiss. So she was pretty much like, yeah, so that would mean like they would have full control over like CNN and stuff like that right before the midterms.
Hmm.
Like that would be some crazy stuff,
Hmm.
you know.
Oh wow, damn, interesting. Yeah, I didn't even think that high into it. I was just wondering, like, so is Netflix gonna have all the IPs? Like,
Right.
so
Yeah,
all,
well, I mean, there's that
I mean,
half of it
they like
too, for
work a
sure. Like,
library.
it's bad. All of it is bad. Like, real Netflix should have. None of these deals should have went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is clear violation of antitrust if I ever heard. But nobody's doing nothing, or for real, it mainly seems like nobody really cared, to be honest. So
Hmm.
so now we're kind of stuck where we're at, you know.
Mm, dang. Yeah, well, that's yeah. I had to look more into it, but yeah, when I first heard that, I was just thinking like, damn, that's crazy. That means the Netflix library is gonna be fucking like expansive.
Right. Yeah, man. It's the whole thing is wild. Like, I mean, yeah, like the library is going to be expensive, but like, but yeah, no, it's just like there's it limits the competition now to the point that like, a, literally a handful of companies is in charge of our entertainment.
Right. Yeah. Which I mean, I know it's kind of like that with music, right? It's like there's only like what four major record companies, and then there's all these labels up under them.
I think so. I see like that type of stuff. I'm not really sure. The only one I know about for sure is like what's that Universal Music. I would know about
Yeah.
them, but I don't know of anybody else.
Yeah. So it's okay. So it's more like would monopolizing be the right word for it?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a monopoly, and I said, well, because I think actually a couple of these companies tried to join together like a couple years ago, and they got shut down by the government because
Okay.
everybody was kind of like, I think the government, I think it was Biden at the time, was kind of just like, yo, like I'm not letting y'all get together and form this big monopoly. But like again, how this true sign of the times with Trump and everything is that he allowed for Paramount. See, because the big iffy merger, the two iffy mergers for real. Well, I think the Warner Brothers one did. The Warner Brothers Discovery one happened under Biden,
Mhm.
so like that's kind of on them. So that one was bad, and then but the biggest one was Skydance Media. Skydance, they do movies and stuff like that. I can't think off the top of my head what movies they've done, but like the biggest, like the really most messed up one that happened recently was Skydance buying Paramount, because after that, like I said, because of that, like, the guy who runs it is a big time Trump conservative dude. He With his acquisition of Paramount, he got rid of, like they said, they fired a bunch of people from CBS News. Surprise, surprise, a bunch of them was like either black or some sort of minority or whatever.
Right.
Um, and then he put Barry Weiss in charge of it. And it's crazy. And like they went and axed a bunch of shows and everything. Like it's just wild. So like I said, if that guy who runs Skydance and owns Paramount now does is a if this chick is right, if her theory is right that he is going after the TV, the network TV side of the Warner Brothers thing, if he is
Mhm.
successfully able to get that part of the company, I do really worry about what's going to happen, because like I said, yeah, that's CNN, like straight up, like a CNN, like God forbid
Right.
who he's going to put in charge over at CNN running that, you know. It's crazy.
Did you ever see that crazy ass video of like it was like a compilation of news anchors, but they were all literally saying the same shit. Like
Uh, I think I saw the one because it was like, was it Sinclair Media or whatever?
I
The one
think
that
so.
everybody was, yeah, because they own a bunch of like local TV channels or whatever. I think I
Yeah,
did
yeah, it
see
was a
it
bunch of the
like that.
local people. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I saw the one for Sinclair, but yeah, there's a couple others. But yeah, well, I mean, well, speaking of Sinclair, like talk about like controlling of the media, like literally, I think that was one of the reasons why the whole Jimmy Kimmel situation happened, because
Mm.
they were threatening to not air the show on their they own, because Yeah, like the actual ABC channel, like I guess is owned by ABC, but it's distributed by these groups like Sinclair and stuff like that.
Uh,
And so like when Trump's dude at the FCC was threatening everybody, yeah, that's how they almost got Jimmy Kimmel taken off the
mhm.
air because they was like essentially they was like, "Yo, we're just not going to play the show or or like a lot of the programming on our ABC affiliates." And that would have hurt the company,
And that and that
So
scared ABC into
r-
like letting them
right.
go. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's the whole thing is mad corrupt and it's crazy though. Like, and it's either
And you
people's
know,
not paying
and it's
attention
them damn
or they don't
liberals.
want it. Yeah.
And it's those damn liberals that just do the cancel culture.
Right.
But you know,
Crazy.
cancel culture was actually started by conservatives, honestly. Hell, go back to like what the 1950s. I keep forgetting this lady's name, but she was all anti-gay and shit. Like, you know, but hell, even if you go to like what the early 90s or 2000s, there was some politician dude who was like anti-video games. You know, like
Yeah, yeah.
so.
Or even think about how, you want to talk about like censorship and stuff. I always think about the fact that, and I didn't find this out till I was watching some YouTube video and some guy made a joke about it. Uh, I guess like, back in like old like movies from like the 30s and 40s and stuff like that. Cause I don't think the law changed until like around like the 50s or 60s, but like, a lot of the old movies and stuff when they would do like those noir films, like the old
Mhm.
detective films or crime films or whatever. Well, most of the time, like all the bad guys ended up either dead or in jail, or like if you had a main character, he had to be morally superior, and if he was a bit morally questionable, he'd win, or like he could beat the bad guys, but he had to die in the process. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I heard
most
of
of
that
that
too.
and
Yeah.
most of that stuff was by design. Apparently, I don't. I guess whenever that film media like became popular, I guess some priest or something had wrote in and was worried about what it was going to do to the morality of the consciousness or whatever, especially with kids. And so they had specific laws in Hollywood that yeah, you couldn't you know, yeah, like bad guys couldn't win, and like yeah, all the cops had to be squeaky clean, and if they was muddy in any sort of way, they had to lose or die. So that's like so the video I was watching was these guys, they was talking about the old Ocean's 11 movie, like the
Mhm.
OG one with like Frank Sinatra and all that.
Oh, okay, that was from the 60s.
Yeah, yeah, the
Okay.
60s. And at the end, spoiler alert for something that came out in the 60s, but at the end, they all lose the money and they just end up broke. So, and like literally the end is them walking through Vegas without the money broke.
Wow.
And it's just like it was kind of well, you know, and like the guys they was talking about it, and then yeah, like realized like they looked it up and they realized yeah there was a law because of the law, not they couldn't get away with the robbery, because they robbed people. That's morally wrong. So yeah, you could show them robbing somebody, you could show them doing questionable stuff in the movie, but for at the end they either had to lose or die. So like I guess the directors chose especially because it's the Rat Pack. You don't want to see the Rat Pack dying on screen. So like yeah, so they didn't die. So what's the next best thing is all 11 of them losing and walking penniless through Vegas. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy to me.
That had to have been like a really crazy twist. If you like watched that back then, you'd be like, you probably was like, what the fuck? Like, you know. But unless it
Oh
was
no, it
like
was probably
written in
dope.
such a way where it was like,
Yeah, it was
you
probably
know,
dope back then because like it's like the biggest singers at the time joined together to make a movie about bank robbery or casino robbery, I guess. Uh And then yeah, that probably was like, oh my god, they lost the money, and it was probably a decent enough ending back then. When you watching it now, especially after watching the George Clooney ones and stuff like that, it's probably like it was kind of like, wait, they just they just lost the money, and the way they lost the money was stupid. Like, so it's just like it kind of just leaves you like, this is just really dumb. Like, how'd they lose the money like that? But
Yeah. Yeah,
but
actually, yeah, I remember hearing about that too. 'Cause I was looking up like I don't know, I went down this rabbit hole and like I discovered that there was like a '30s film called Scarface, and that's
yeah,
what the '80s version was kind of based on.
see, I
But
never
there was
seen it.
like
I
I think I
I'd
watched
never seen it.
pieces of it. I
Okay,
might could
yeah,
find it on YouTube, like the whole thing. But I heard like there was two separate endings. I don't know why. Cause like on both he dies either way. But like
right.
I think what it was, I think like one of the endings, I think he dies in a shootout with the police, and it was like, well, you can't have police dying. So I think like the other release was he got hanged.
Oh dang,
I
that's
know, right?
crazy.
That was like a form of execution right there. So it wasn't just for black people apparently. So
Yeah. Yeah, nah. See, I never seen Citizen Kane, but like I'm low key. I think he died. I think Citizen Kane dies too. Like your boy in Citizen Kane. So I never seen it. I tried to watch it one time, but I was like,
yeah, it's like that generational. I keep telling myself I want to sit through a Humphrey Bogart movie, but I wonder like
yeah,
that generation gap is probably gonna get me. But
yeah.
I
If it's
mean,
not a
yeah,
movie I was brought up watching, then I can't sit through it. Like there's movies from that era that I can watch because I was shown them as a kid, like The Wizard of Oz and stuff like that.
right.
I literally, for the first time in like years, sat through the whole movie the other day. It was on TV, and I was like, oh, okay, I might as well just sit down and watch it. And
I don't. I don't think I ever. I don't think I ever sat through the whole white version of it.
the whole what version? Oh, the white one. Okay,
Well,
yeah,
the original, the not
yeah, yeah,
TV
yeah. Yeah. It's
one.
I seen it. It used to be. We used to watch it a lot when I was a little kid. And I remember, I swear, it was like I hit 12 or 13 and had never seen it again, just bits and pieces. But for some reason, it used to be on all the time when we was kids. It was the Wiz that I barely saw. Like I remember we had the VHS when I was little, but we barely played it. Like my mom would play it every once in a while, but like the old one was on a lot. Uh, which like, which again, also like speaking of movies and stuff, I didn't know that there was a group of black people who didn't like The Wiz. Like I was
Really?
very confused about that. I'm just like, it's The
Well,
Wiz was not the like,
I
and
mean, like I'm pretty sure there would be like a minority of them, but like, was there like so it was like an actual group of black people like that was like really
oh,
close
I
and
don't know if
didn't
they
like it?
formed a group, but there's a decent amount of people.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
because
were some of
like
the critiques?
apparently
Did they
there's
ever
people who
say?
was mad that Diana Ross was Dorothy, and
Oh,
like, well, because I guess like they wanted the chick who played her on Broadway to be Dorothy.
oh,
And I
okay.
guess like Diana Ross, when she after she seen the play, she was like, "Oh, that sounds dope. Like, I want to do that." And so she used her Diana Ross power and was like, "Boom, I'm in the movie." And I guess people was mad because they was like, "Oh, well, you screwed over the chick who played her on Broadway." But I'm just like, by that logic, Michael Jackson screwed over the original Scarecrow because like
Right. Yeah.
none of the other people in the cast was on the
Yeah. It
Broadway
was pretty
version.
all star.
Yeah, like, it'd be different if everybody else was from the Broadway version and then Diana Ross was randomly
Right.
there, but none of the rest of them was on the Broadway version. Like,
So it was basically a controversy that only niggas from the '70s would get. You know, like that's
right. And then I guess there's like younger people like around our age who don't like it because they say it's like it was weird and scary. I'm just like, the only
oh, okay.
part that was weird to me that I was ever scared of was that part when they get captured in the little subway joint, and that dude,
Mhm.
remember the creepy dude? He had like the two dolls that blew up, and they came and like waddled over and grabbed him. I remember that part. I was watching. I every time when I was a kid, when I see it, I'm like, oh no, I gotta go away from that because that was that was that
I
was
mean,
scary. Like that part was
that
definitely
I mean that
scary.
movie was kind of a. I mean, it was kind of trippy, but I don't know. I don't think.
Keep going. Hold on one
Yeah,
second.
there was like, yeah, there was like some creepy parts to it, like of course the monkeys and stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't say it was scary though. But nah, what was I gonna mention? Like, I mean, now this joint from like the '70s and beyond, like '70s to today, like I can sit through those. But yeah, I'm talking about like them early '30s, almost 1920 something movies. Like I told myself, like I always wanted to sit through Gone with the Wind, but I heard that movie
All
was
right.
also like mad long too.
What
And
were you talking about? I'm sorry. I had
oh
some
no,
came up.
I was just continuing the topic of like having like a generation of movie that's hard to sit through. But I was saying like if it's something from the '70s or something, for like '70s to today, I
Yeah.
can sit through those no problem. But yeah, like them early '30s joints, I'm like, oof.
It depends on the movie for the '70s stuff because some stuff is cool, but then other times I don't know. I guess like especially if it took place in New York or something. A lot of
Hmm.
'70s movies, especially black movies, for some reason in particular, would do this thing where like they would pad the time out by doing just random like montages of people running through New York
Yeah,
City, and I just be like, "Come on, dog! This is the third one."
yeah, like that.
This is the third one.
I mean, granted, it was supposed to be a montage of him like selling the dope, but like, yeah, that scene on Superfly, I was just like,
Like,
bro, what the fuck? Like, how long we doing
yeah,
this?
sometimes them '70s movies would pad out some scenes, or they just have a random musical break in the middle, and I just be like,
Was that the intermission? Like,
yeah, I would be like, this is long, dog. Like, y'all need to,
but I
like,
guess if you was like a cool cat back then, you'd probably be
yeah,
like, hey, yo, man, that part was out
yeah,
of sight.
yeah.
You know
But
what I'm
like,
saying?
and it wasn't just the black movies. I'm not gonna say it was just them because the white movies did it too. Like, for instance, I tried to watch 3 Days from the Condor or 3 Days of the Condor or something. It was like this old spy movie. I think with like Robert Redford,
Hmm.
old movie from the '70s. And I tried to watch that boy, and it's like it's supposed to be a classic, and I do want to go back and rewatch it. But like, yeah, I tried to get through it the first time, and I was like, whew.
God, it's a slog. Like,
I was like, Lord have mercy. But I do want to give it another shot because to be fair, I think it was nighttime when I tried to watch it, and I was like, I feel
yeah,
like I need to watch it like during the day.
I mean, yeah, because what was it like? I mean, granted, it's a musical, but I remember like in my orchestra class, we watched The King and I, like the '50s
Hmm
musical, and them niggas literally had an intermission, and I was like, what the hell?
I forgot what other movie. I remember when we was kids. They made us watch some long movie like that when in school one time. And I remember when the intermission came up, I said, "Hey, I'm all for missing class, but this is crazy." Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that intermission was long as fuck. I'm like, God damn, like what the fuck did they used to serve back in the movie theater? Like
I
ribs?
know
Like
I was,
fuck.
yeah, I was about to say y'all serving steak in there.
Right. Because damn, how long it take to get some popcorn?
Yeah, like, and I know y'all didn't have the good candy either. Like, y'all know y'all had three candies back then. Like, y'all
Right.
know not need that much time.
Like what? Taffy, a chocolate bar, and lollipop. That was it. Like,
Yeah, like y'all did not need that much time to make a choice, bro. There's three things. Pick one. Y'all ain't had no fruit snacks, no nothing.
right.
Uh,
What was the soda hitting like back then? Just cola, like.
no, I think if we talking
Well, I think they
50s,
flavored it
60s,
too. Like,
yeah, 50s, 60s, that
well, was
probably would
Dr
have
Pepper
been.
out then? I think so.
I
Yeah,
think
it
Orange
was.
Pop would have been around then too.
Wow, nice, good orange pop
Yeah,
and
I think,
Gatorade.
yeah. So like, whatever was the first one, I think it probably would have been Sunkissed. I'd imagine was probably the first one, if I had to guess. What was like the first Orange Pop? It was probably Sunkissed, because I can't imagine Fanta was the first one people had out here, because Fanta seemed like something foreign that people would be scared to drink. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Mm.
I
What does that mean?
yeah, yeah. So I feel like it was probably like Sunkissed or something. So like, yeah, they might have had Sunkissed. I can't imagine Sprite or nothing was out yet. I feel like you probably would have taken a little bit longer before we got to like Sprite
Yeah, I know
and
Coca Cola was out, so
yeah, Coca Cola. Yeah, that's like, and then was it Pepsi maybe? Yeah, Pepsi
yeah,
for
Pepsi
sure.
was out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That, you know what? Like, even though each can probably takes like a week out of my lifespan. I love those Pepsi like real sugar joints because
I remember when them first came out when I was younger. I felt like
in
I
the
was
Mountain
bouncing
Dew
on
real sugar, like ooh
boy.
boy,
I thought that was crack, boy.
yeah,
I
that was
was
Schedule One, bro. I was like, God damn.
because they put it in the old school bottle too, in the old school can. Remember, it had like the real
Yeah,
sugar ones was the one that had the vintage look, like from like the '70s logo on it.
right.
Boy, I was like, I was like, oh my god. I'm like, boy, this is meth in here. Like, this
Right,
is crazy.
man, shit. But I was like, fuck it, you can have my leg. I need some more.
But nah, yeah, but nah, yeah. You know, yeah, there are some like older movies I do need to watch though. Like, but yeah, there are
I
some
do want
ones
to
that
sit
like,
through a couple of Humphrey Bogarts, like just to see what his, because
yeah,
since that was like the birth of that noir, like that classic
yeah. I
noir
want to
style.
watch. There's some titles that I know, but I don't know anything about the movies. Like I know that there's a movie called Doctor Shivago, but I don't know who he is or what he do in the movie. I just know that that is like a big movie.
Right.
What was it?
I
I
know
did
Bridge
watch.
over River Kwai. I think that's
Yeah,
like
I
a
need to
war
watch
movie.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a World War II joint. Yeah, because I think they're like, I think they're Japanese. Well, I think they're British pilots that were imprisoned by the Japanese. I think is what that is.
Okay.
And so I need to watch that. I need to watch Lawrence of Arabia. I know for sure I need to watch that.
Okay.
Um, because I heard that's really good. Lawrence of Arabia. Uh, I do just for the heck of it. I just it's probably gonna be so bad. I need to watch that John Wayne Genghis Khan movie because I just
Oh my
can't
god.
imagine
You
why they
know,
thought that that old white man would play Genghis Khan.
and he was with it too. He's yeah.
I can't know it because like I know how he sounds.
Right.
I can't imagine him doing a Mongolian accent. It's probably the wildest, most racist accent in the
You
world.
know he's going for it, bro.
Especially because he was mad racist. Like I
Yeah.
know he probably was doing something
I was
crazy,
I was so disappointed when I found out. I was like, damn, he really hated niggas. Like,
bruh. He was mad racist. I can't imagine what he did for that movie. I just, I just want to know if he actually hired a vocal coach or if he just was just like, no, I got it.
I know, right?
I
I got
can
it from the
do
top.
it. He
I
probably
used to like those movies, like
I don't think I think the only thing with him I've ever actually seen, I didn't even watch the whole movie. I seen a little bit of the original True Grit. That's the only thing with John Wayne I've ever seen.
that's the one he had the eye patch.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never saw that
And I
one.
only watched it because I remember when I was like in high school, they were showing it was like they used to show westerns on like Sundays. And they was just about to play the 2010 True Grit, but they was playing the first two OG True Grits because I think there's two.
Okay,
I think he had two, so they played them before the 2010 one. And I remember I caught like a little bit of the first one, and I couldn't really sit through it. It was long and a lot, but I really rocked with the 2010 one with
I think
Matt Damon.
what was that one movie? It had Russell Crowe and Christian Bale.
310 to Yuma.
Yeah. Now, did that one have an original too?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I want to watch that one. I did see the newest one.
Yeah, that movie was wild, bro. I felt,
Yeah.
and for real, like I was so hurt the whole movie because I kept expecting like Christian Bale to have a hero moment, and they just kept making him go through tragedy after tragedy the whole movie. Like he was
Right.
just getting screwed over. His son was rude and disrespectful. Like was just bad, annoying. Like Russell Crowe kept messing with him, and then the only thing I didn't get when I was watching the movie, and I don't know, maybe it's because I missed something. I never got why Russell Crowe betrayed his homeboys at the end.
Yeah, that's what I was. I mean, I think. I mean, from what I remember, I think he probably had like a little conscience about it.
Right.
Like, yeah, like if I was Viggo Mortensen, I'd be like, I'd look at the bullet holes in me. I'd be like, I'm confused.
That wasn't Vigo. His
That
homeboy
wasn't
wasn't
Viggo
Vigo.
Mortensen.
No, it was Ben Foster. Remember
That was
dude
Ben
from
Foster.
yeah, dude from Alpha Dog.
Oh, okay, yeah. If I was him though, same thing. I'd just be like, I'm confused,
Yeah.
dog. Like, why'd you shoot me? Like,
Yeah, especially because he was the only one in the crew who actually wanted to go get him. Because everybody else was like, "Bro, he got caught. Like, we not getting him." And he was like, "Nah, let's go. You know, he's the boss. We gotta go get him." And then he gets there, and he gets wet up. And I'm just like, "Hey, why you do that?"
yeah. I still remember homeboy getting stabbed up in his sleep. I was like, God damn.
Oh yeah, which that character deserved it for real, cause remember like they was the ones who like went and was snatching Christian Bale's farm, and they only went because they wanted to make sure Christian Bale got paid for that job, the escort job, and then they was gonna take Christian Bale's pay so that
Oh wow.
they wouldn't take his farm. So low key, I ain't feel bad for homeboy anyway. So he was a jerk. Like, cause remember, cause like at the beginning of the movie, they busted up in the house and started snatching stuff off him and everything. Like, but
And
nah,
he was shit talking Chris, and he was shit talking Crow too. So I was like, damn,
the
it was like
craziest one
too.
was the Marshall guy, the Texas Ranger dude who got killed. Like that dude was wild. Like, cause he apparently like he was bout it, but he just hated Russell Crowe. Like, cause I guess
Yeah.
that he'd been chasing him for years.
Right.
And when he started saying that stuff about hey, did you put that? Did you? Um, was it? But when he started talking about Russell Crowe's mama, and Russell Crowe was like, you know what? That's it. And he threw him off the cliff. He's like, hey man, even Batman loved the morals. And I was like, you know what? That's fair. Because he was talking wild about his mother. He really was. He was calling her, oh man, I forgot what he called her. I think he called her like Satan's mistress and all types of
Man.
crazy stuff. Like it was crazy. And yeah, he chucked him right off that cliff too, boy. It was wild. Um but no, that movie was dope though. I like there's a lot of I think I like more newer westerns than the old ones. Like
Yeah.
every
I
once in a
mean,
while I feel like
even
there's
though
the
he's a
old
dick, I do want to like sit through a Clint Eastwood western.
I think the first one I'd ever seen was Unforgiven, but that's a newer one though, so I guess I don't really count with him and Morgan Freeman.
Hmm.
The one with him and it was like they was going after Gene Hackman.
I didn't see that. I
Yeah,
don't think I've seen any of his westerns.
it came out in the 90s. It was like, when he was old. Um I think the only version of him young I had seen I think I saw Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but don't ask me what happened in that movie because I don't remember
Okay.
nothing. I don't remember. I
Cause
think
I
I was
think,
a kid.
cause like, 'cause I know it was said that like the cinematography and stuff was like heavily inspired by Akira Kurosawa, and
Probably because I think that happened a lot. I think a lot of westerns were like inspired by Japanese stuff.
yeah, 'cause I forget which one of those. I think I watched whichever movie by Akira that was about like the samurai who was playing both sides. Well, like, it was like two. It was like a town that was, but it was like two rival gangs that was like terrorizing it. But the
Uh,
samurai was able to like kind of like put them against each other, like or was it two families? So I don't know.
I see. I
I
can't
think it,
remember.
I think it was probably Yojimbo or something like that. But
See,
it was
his movies is the ones the only one I've ever seen was Seven Samurai. So I
okay. I
gotta
seen that one too.
yeah. So I need to the one I need to watch that everybody always talks about is Rashomon. I heard Rashomon was like the big one.
Hmm.
Uh,
Rashomon.
but
But
then
I was gonna say it was interesting watching the samurai movie from back then because you know it was
yeah,
black and white and you know it
right.
wasn't really that bloody like that. You know.
No, it's not that bloody, but from what I like about the old samurai movies is like the combat is still dope though. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
like the combat. Like for instance, like some of the old westerns are cool, but like you can tell with the gunfights, they was very limited to like what they had. So like it was a lot of like
Yeah.
people kind of like pow, pow, like shooting from the
Right.
hip type stuff.
Yeah.
They wasn't like doing no movement with it or whatever. Like so like that's I think that's one of the reasons kind of why I kind of like the newer westerns is because like you know there's a little bit more flair in there. Like for instance, I know a lot
Yeah.
of people dogged it, but I what was it called? What was the what's the Denzel one that came out? Um
Yeah. The
it
western.
was a yeah, it was a remake. Oh, Magnificent Seven. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Okay.
that was
Yeah.
dope. That was dope. Like I liked the
And
remake they
was
did.
that based on the Seven Samurai too?
Yeah, the O yeah is based. Yeah, because there's been multiple reboots of the Magnificent Seven, but the OG Magnificent Seven is based off the Seven Samurai. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, but it's like but instead of samurai, they're all cowboys and they're all
Right.
they're
So
all
I've
white.
yet to watch that, but you said it was dope though.
The remake with Denzel, yeah, I liked. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one was dope. Yeah, no, I that and I liked that they wasn't just all generic white dudes like the original one. Like, I think that's one of the reasons why it probably didn't do so well. But like, yeah, because like, yeah, Denzel was the leader, and then you had like Chris Pratt was in there, and then like they had like this Asian dude who was in there and he like used knives and stuff. And they had like the one Mexican dude, he was like a bandit or whatever. And then you had your boy who played Kingpin, he was like a mountain man who used to fight in the Indian wars and stuff, and he was like just big, strong, and just crazy. Then they had a Native American dude up in
You
there,
said the guy who plays Kingpin, like which?
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. And then they had like some Native American guy in there. He was dope. Like, it was
Yeah,
I
you guys
like
can
that.
tell them
Like,
apart now, so it's just like all white guys, you know, like shit.
right. Well, because like that was, I think when I watched the original, that was kind of like one of the
Was it in
reasons
black and
that,
white, the original one?
no, I
Or
think
was
that
it
might have been
color?
in color.
Oh, okay.
Because
Well, that would
I
have
think,
been
who was the actor?
easier
Yul
to
Brynner, I think,
tell.
was the main dude in that. And I think, but that was kind of what was hard for me is like, while they said that they had different skills, most of it they just all seemed like just seven white dudes on horses who use guns. Whereas like in
Yeah,
the reboot, they all had different skills, like they could do different stuff. Like it was like I liked how they did the reboot. Like I thought it was dope.
yeah. Because my first introduction to any sort of like repurposing of that story was an anime called Samurai
Samurai
Seven.
7, yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that. Yeah.
yeah. I watched that with in Valdosta with my dorm mates, and yeah, that shit was nice. Like you know,
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I didn't know that was connected to any of that other stuff. Like, I think that was the first thing I'd ever seen of that story was Samurai 7.
oh okay,
And then I
yeah,
seen the Seven Samurai movie and I was like, oh, this feels
yeah,
familiar. And I was like, oh, okay, well, it's that. And then I remember when I found about the Magnificent Seven, I remember after I watched it, I looked it up online because I was trying to look up stuff about the movie, and then that's when I seen, oh, okay, yeah, it's supposed to be that story, yeah. So you know, but that was the thing that I remember, like when the 2016 one came out, everybody was complaining like, oh, why they always have to keep remaking stuff. I'm like, the Magnificent Seven has been remade
right,
so many
right,
times. First off, the Magnificent Seven is a remake. Let's get it straight. Then there
right.
was like, I think from the original cast, I think there was like three or four different Magnificent Seven movies. Then there was a TV show I think that came out in like the 80s or the 90s.
Wait, how do you make a show out of that? Like they eventually all got to die, right?
I don't know. Well, that's why I was confused. I didn't watch the sequels, but that's why I was confused on why there were so many sequels because I'm just like,
Well, it's just like 7 new niggas just come.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm just like, how many of y'all need to get shot? Like,
how many corrupt mayors are there? Like, I don't know.
yeah,
Whatever the
like,
villain was, like,
but
well, they
nah,
were the
but
bandits, I think.
sometimes when people talk about remakes and stuff, they really people need to realize remakes have been happening ever since Hollywood began. Like that's like
Yeah,
that's Hollywood's DNA. Like and also most of y'all's favorite stuff is bitten or
yeah, most
remade
likely
from
a
other stuff.
remake. Cause
Like
I ain't gonna hold you. Like this new but I told you that through text as well. But I was like, this new Running Man that's coming out, like it does not have big shoes to fill at all. Like I rewatched it, it was
right,
one of
and
those
I
like,
seen it.
like
I
I was
seen
like,
it.
this is kind of bad. Like
Yeah, I seen it, and like it wasn't terrible. It wasn't
right,
great either.
but
But
yeah, that's what I'm
also
saying.
at the same time, like you said, it's like the Arnold movie was not that good either. Like the only good part in it is Arnold. Like that's
Hmm.
it. Like you can take if you take Arnold out of
Listen,
that
I
movie,
forgot
you can
Jim
throw the
Brown's
whole
ass was
movie.
in there. Like
Jim Brown was in there.
I felt like, yeah, he got
Oh,
beat
you're
down
right. You're right.
easy.
That's who that was. I don't know why. I just I knew there was a black dude in there as one of the hunters, but I just like blocked out that it was Jim Brown.
Yeah,
So because the other hunter was Jesse Ventura, and low key
right.
it made me think like, did y'all just get done filming Predator and then film this? Like, because y'all did, like y'all didn't even look like y'all was trying in this movie. Like, and and well, even though like, because I was talking about how I didn't really love the new movie, but I didn't hate it either. But even I think that was the consensus on the book though. Cause I was thinking about because everybody was like, oh, Stephen King is having like a big renaissance because of it, the new show and everything,
Yeah.
and it's weird that this movie didn't do good. But like, apparently that was kind of the consensus on the book though. Like, there were people who liked it, sure, but like people didn't love it. Like,
Oh, you talking about Running Man the book? They didn't like it
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Well, because he also didn't release it as Stephen King. This is part of a series of books. There's four of them. They're not all related. They're like different stories. But he apparently there were four of his novels that he released under a different name.
Why do authors do that shit? They always use pseudonyms.
Yeah, and so low key, if I had to guess, I wonder if he did those four books like that because he wasn't confident in them.
Hmm.
If I had to
You
guess,
know,
that was probably
that's
that
actually
was
a viable reason. I didn't think of that. Like,
yeah.
this may not hit like that, but I need to release a book because
Right,
my
because of
contract says
I don't
so.
know what
Like,
the I can't remember what the other two were, but I know the first two were The Long Walk and The Running Man. So the Long Walk movie that came out last year. Well, no, it came out this year. My bad. It came out a couple months ago. Which I still need to see that movie. I heard that was good. I heard the movie for that was dope. The one that came out a couple months ago. And then yeah, they did The Running Man, and I can't remember what the other two were. But yeah, he released those four under a different name. And a part of like I said, a part of me wonders if he did that because he was like, "Oh, I don't know about these ones." Like, so I'm gonna just slide these up.
you gotta meet my quota.
Right, right. But apparently he had a decent. He apparently like over the years as he's been ticked off with adaptations of his stuff. Apparently he had a decent amount of control on the story for this. So if it's not hitting, it's because yeah, the book probably
Right.
wasn't hitting, But
Right.
like I said, I didn't hate it. I seen some people talk about how awful it was. I didn't think it was
So you read
awful.
it too?
No, I read the synopsis after the
Okay.
movie, and I looked up stuff because I was trying to see what was different,
Hmm.
and there was a decent amount of differences, but for the most part, it's the same. It's definitely way more accurate than the Arnold one was. The Arnold one, they were like the only thing that they had relatively right was that he was in the game and that there are hunters that are trying to hunt him.
Hmm.
That's pretty much it.
Oh, they got the bare minimum now.
Well, because like they combined two characters in the Arnold one, because like your boy, like the old dude who was the host
Mm-hmm.
in the new movie and in the book, the host and the head of the TV network are two separate guys. Whereas in the Arnold movie, they just made him one dude.
Mm.
And then, like, for instance, his mode, like, the main character's Ben Richards' motivation for being in the Running Man in the Arnold movie, they made it he was like some ex cop who got framed or whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas in both the book, well, I, actually, I don't know if I should say it or not because it's technically a spoiler. But yeah, nah, I'll just keep it on the low because it's a
Okay.
spoiler. Yeah,
All right.
yeah, but it's different. I'll say that it's definitely different. It's a different motivation. Like, but yeah, he's not an ex cop. That's all I'll say is he's not an ex cop. They was just they just pulled that out because it was like you know Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it seems like a plot for an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. So they was just like, here it go. He's an ex cop. That's it is what it is. Like, uh, but yeah, no, there was a whole bunch of other differences. But yeah, no, was it? Speaking of remake news, I seen people freaking out over Avatar: The Last Airbender again because they released a poster and they released a teaser trailer for the second season, and the boy who plays Aang definitely hit a growth spurt, and he's mad
Oh,
tall.
okay. I was seeing stills from that. Like I was like, God damn, this nigga definitely hit puberty. Like
It's definitely unfortunate because he can't control his body. You know what I mean? Like,
right,
you know,
right.
and everybody's like, oh well, because apparently they shot seasons 2 and 3 back to back, but season one they shot back in like 2021 or 2022, and everyone's like, oh well, why didn't they just
Mm,
shoot all three back to back? The reason why, and I don't think a lot of people either A know this or B are having a hard time understanding, they had to see if the first season would even do good enough to warrant a season
right.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
Like, why would they
Yeah.
film
Like,
three
like
seasons of a
imagine investing
show?
all that and then get canceled. Like,
Right,
yeah.
exactly. Like that wouldn't make any sense. Like they got their original green light was for one season, and then after the success of the second and third, then they filmed both of them back to back. And everybody's like, "Oh, well, they should have just got another actor, bruh." You mean y'all expected them to fire this kid and hire a
Right.
whole nother kid
Do another
just be
casting call. Like,
yeah, like y'all are stupid. Like, why did y'all think they was ever gonna do that? Like, that's so dumb. Like, now, and also people's freaking out over moments in the teaser trailer because, like, apparently they showed in the teaser trailer the Serpent's Pass, but in the clip, again, it was like a 2 second clip. You could see Appa at the Serpent's Pass, and for anybody who don't know, in the show, the Serpent's Pass happens in the original show during the days when Appa was kidnapped. And the whole point of the Serpent's Pass was like them having to travel it without Appa, and the Aang was going crazy and everything or whatever. And everybody's all TikTok talking about they're ruining the story and all this stuff. I'm like, bruh, can y'all wait till the season come
all right.
out, bruh? Like, y'all seen a 2 second snippet of Appa there. Bruh, maybe they have another way of getting around it. Maybe they're gonna write something else
Mhm.
in. Bruh, y'all just I'm just
I
like,
don't know.
bruh, I need y'all
It's like
to
this new
chill out.
internet culture got people ready to hate stuff
Well,
before, like
cause
you said,
like,
like before it even comes out. Like, you know what I mean?
and the
Like,
thing about it is, I think a lot of people need to realize when it comes to remakes or adaptations of stuff, they can't make one-to-one recreations. That's what I was saying in the first season. When the first season came out, there was stuff in there that I didn't love that they had, but I was all A, there were changes that they did make that I was really happy about. And then B, I acknowledge that they had to make changes because at the end of the day, why would anybody just watch a live action recreation, uh, word for word, scene for scene of the cartoon? Why would they waste the money on that? When you could just keep the cartoon, you know what I mean? Like they would
mhm.
never waste the money to make this if they was just gonna make it a scene for scene recreation.
I mean, I mean, me personally, I would watch that because that's what I liked about Sin City. It was like line for line. But I mean, but I'm not the type that'll complain about creative differences either. Like, you know what
Right,
I'm saying? Or, well, I'm sorry, creative liberty. Because, a lot of people don't understand too, like, cartoons, books,
right,
you know, are a different media than live action.
right.
you know, so you got to do what works for live action. So yeah,
Exactly, because there are
and
some
mm,
things from the cartoon that if they tried to do them, probably would never have worked in live action. And but then also, like I said, I just feel like not only is it a waste of money, it's a waste of time to expect them to just recreate it word for word.
right,
Because at that point, we would just stick with the cartoon. Like, why? Why would you waste the time to make a live action version if they was just going to do a scene for scene recreation? Like, I remember people saying that about the Clone Wars with Star Wars, because like there was a Clone Wars thing that came up in the Ahsoka show, and then I saw people was like, oh, well, they should do a live action Clone Wars. Why? Like, once they, granted, I wasn't a big fan back in 2013 when they decided to make the Clone Wars canon. But once it became canon, why would you expect them to make a live action recreation of the Clone
right.
Wars, dog? There's 7 seasons of the show already. Just leave it where it is. Like, why would they recreate it? It makes no sense.
Yeah, just appreciate the nods towards it.
Right, right. And that's what I'm saying. It's just like, I just don't get why there are people who really expected them to make a shot for shot version of the, also, even if they did do that, what's that, 20 something episodes a season for live action stuff,
Yeah,
and
that's
to keep it, and to keep the CGI and effects
hold on,
fresh,
my clock's going off. Keep talking though.
to keep the effects fresh for every episode. Bruh, y'all, do you know how much money Netflix would have to spend for that? How would they have been able to buy Warner Brothers if if they didn't have, if they'd have spent that money? Like, there's no way. There's no way they would have spent that much money for something like that, guys. And like I'm saying, it's like, and there were, like I said, there was stuff in the first season that I didn't love, but there was also changes that they made that I really, really like. I don't know. Did you watch it? Okay. Well, I don't want to spoil it for you, but there was some stuff that they changed in the first season that I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Like, that's
Okay.
really, really cool." Like, and they recontextualized some stuff where it does make you look at certain characters differently than you did back when the cartoon was out, and I like that. I like that they did that. I think it's very interesting. But like I said, when it comes to the whole thing about this kid being tall and everything like that, I'm like, yeah, do I wish his body wouldn't have done that? Sure, but at the end of the day, bruh, they can easily just write, oh, instead of Sozin's comic coming that summer, is coming the next summer. That's all you guys
Right.
say.
Yeah.
Like, and all these people talk about Netflix should be ashamed. For what? Because he hit puberty? Sorry. Like, I just like,
Right.
like, I don't know what y'all want them to do. And like, oh, we need, they should have
Just
got a different actor. What?
why? Like,
Like y'all
just
are,
just be glad his name's not Ong. Okay.
yeah, like, but with that being said, I think that's a good place to roll out.
Roll
We
out.
had roll out. But yeah, we had some good topics here, y'all. We just kicking it like we usually do on these chill streams. But it's me, your boy B. Shout out to my brother
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
here, and shout out to our other brother Los. Shout out to our sister. Look up her podcast as well. I remember we posted it last week, but I think it's called the Raw Recovery Podcast. Shout out to our friends over at the What They Want podcast. They should be coming up in about a minute here, or actually now. But yeah, no, thank y'all so much. We'll catch y'all another Wednesday. Please, like, share the live, share the episodes, go to YouTube, subscribe on there. Thank you so much. We out.
Peace.